Hey everyone, Dash Attack here. We are live back again with the Old White Road. Thank you all so much for tuning in. All right, I'm just trying to make sure everything is set up in studio. And yeah, welcome to the show. We have Zine, we've got Digny, we've got Galaxy, and our new regular, DJ Neku Boy.
Hello.
Hi. As you can see, we're all full of energy for today's show,
I
ladies and
am at
gentlemen.
least.
I got a new mattress. I'm sleeping great.
I've aged 30 years. You can hear it in my voice. I'm Sir Patrick Stewart. My voice is going. But no, it's great to see everyone. I hope you're all doing well. We're still waiting on Damien. We're still waiting on potentially Flower Boy. I don't know what his name is, so I'm just gonna
Slickster,
call him.
I already told you he's a no-show for this show
Oh,
as of right now. But I
Dang
did
it.
send him the invite.
Poor Flower Boy. We
So-
like Flower Boys, don't we, gentlemen? Eh?
So is
That's
Lamissa
a
not coming anymore?
reference.
Or what?
I think I don't know with her various like health issues and stuff. Like if she ever wants to come back on, she's more than welcome.
Yeah, I know.
Of course,
I was just
of
wondering
course.
because we haven't seen her in a while here, so I was just wondering.
Look, dealing with a period galaxy, I don't think any
I don't think that's
man
what.
can truly understand how monthly bleeding can really affect a woman. But it's great to
I
see
d-
everyone. I
I
hope
don't. I
you're
don't
all,
think that is the reason why though. But something else.
or maybe prostate cancer, one of those. But it's great to see everyone. I hope you're all doing well. If you haven't already, like the
Like the
stream,
stream.
share the stream. Donations are always welcome. Your donations will easily pay for Dash's many projects, and he has many projects, like turning himself into a cat. But is there anyone in the chat that we say hi to? Hello, everyone. Nice
Yeah.
chat.
Saying he is in
Yeah.
there. Right, that's
Yep.
it. Oh, there we go.
Let's see. Valkyria
coming
Winter often gets hidden by YouTube. Oh yeah, there's Wes Dress, also known as Michael. Welcome.
Hello. Hello, fellow cartoons. Everything's gonna be all right, folks. Everything's gonna be all right. Now we're gonna catch up with our wonderful panel. We're trying to push things forward. The code name for this push is what I like to call Operation Rainbow Coalition, folks. We're welcoming many fine folks and fellow creators. We're broadening our horizons, and we are going to make Old White Road a force to be reckoned with. And we're also going to cut into New Black Street's massive audience because they get pushed because they're black. Literally. Literally. Okay. As much as Atreus and Kada rail against DEI, and Atreus loves to rail, he's been to many Diddy parties. They capitalize a lot on the fact that they're black. So, Dash, how have you been?
I've been good. It was an average week this week, but I got to play more Fire Emblem Three Houses, so I was happy about that. Did the state of play, reacted to it with Galaxy, and was pleasantly not very disappointed. I saw a bunch of cool games. We got a new Castlevania game. We've got a Silent Hill game that looks a little bit more like Silent Hill. We've got a game with a giant ass chicken like mowing down like people in like ancient China.
That one was crazy.
Yeah, I know. So yeah.
Don't forget we also mentioned the Legacy of Kain Defiance remaster that was announced immediately right there. Said it was coming out in a month.
Yeah, I also see that the original Defiance is also ported to the
Yeah, that's been there.
Yeah,
Steam,
so
it's been
like
on Steam at least, but
yeah, so like if it gets censored in the remaster, if there's any censorship, at least we'll have that original port unless it gets delisted. But
yeah.
I think hopefully like if it's especially if Aspire is doing it, I think they should know not to censor.
Yeah, they haven't they didn't censor the Soul River games.
Good.
So that's why I think it should be good.
Yeah, I really want to get through the entire legacy of Kane, but the first game is just so old and so hard. I know. I guess I'm the modern audience.
That you are, Dash. You guys, we censor this show a lot. You don't want to see the uncensored version of this show. You don't. You really don't. You really don't want to see our Tumblr
Oh,
page.
now
Hey,
Dash, come on now.
There we go.
Right. And that's not the only thing he takes off, but we appreciate your intro, Dash and Neko.
Neko, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh shoot! I
We
forgot
can-
that's available. I was gonna
Now
try
he's
doing
got
the
to be
same.
like, I've got to be very careful which background I pick because, yeah, check out Neko's X page for more. Okay, let's just say if you like a fist, you'll like Neko's X page. Zine, how have you been?
Yeah, I've been doing pretty great. I just got done with playing Total Annihilation, Kingdoms plus Iron Plague, and Cold Steel 1 on Monday and Tuesday. And my two new ones I'm playing is actually double Trails games. Playing the remake of Trails in the Sky that recently came out last year in November. And then my game, the next one is the continuation of the Trails, Cold Steel 2. Doubling up
Good.
on the JRPG, Trails.
Good. Very good. I just had this idea, Dash, right? We need Neko. Hello. We need Neko and Furious Dan to collaborate and add new meaning to the Fist of Shame. And we call it the Fisting of Shame.
Oh, I want to hear Dan's reaction to that. Like, no, man, no, I'm married, man. Don't do that. I won't do that. No,
Well, if he
man.
doesn't do it, if he doesn't have a hand on the wheel, I'll sanction someone else to do it, and we'll parody his Fist of Shame with Neko's Fisting of Shame. Okay, so
Wow.
instead of
Okay.
punching famous celebrities, we animate it so they get fisted. How do you feel about that,
That-
Neko?
That's definitely gonna get censored then.
I'm sure we can just pixelate it all. I got Sony Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh,
We can
nice.
pixelate we can pixelate certain aspects for the Japanese audience, okay? Okay, folks? We'll make it 10% blurry. How about you, Galaxy? How have you been?
At least you didn't ask how I was for that subject. But anyway, anyway, yeah, I've been all right. But I was gonna like stream on Monday, but then my internet being stupid again on Monday evening. I don't know what's going on with it, but now I had to like make up for that stream for tonight. But the rest of the week was fine. So yeah.
Yeah, I deliberately suppress your internet so that you're on our show on Mondays.
Oh, so I found out
Well-
what happened to.
That doesn't make sense
Mhm.
because I stream after the show, so it doesn't.
Nothing about me makes sense, Galaxy. What was that, Dash?
Oh, I found out why Damien isn't here. Apparently, he lost power.
Oh,
okay then.
oh.
Hooray for the South Africans!
I guess this one wasn't scheduled.
Oh, I tell you, Neko, it's not safe to be a twink in South Africa.
Well,
It just
I say
isn't.
that because like it's so bad. There's an app now for scheduled blackouts.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
you mean in
That's-
South Africa?
Yes.
Wow.
That's fun. That's funnier than it has any right to be, right?
Yeah,
All
there's
it
a
took is-
YouTuber I follow named Serpensa ZA. He used to live in China for a while, but he's originally from South Africa. So
Mhm.
yeah, there's a reason he moved to America.
Yes. Wow, with a repertoire of South Africa and China, it's no wonder he moved to
Yeah.
the United States. But
Damien has told me quite a bit about like South Africa and how like backwards the government is, and like when there was this big controversy when like everyone was being mad that Trump was saying mean things about South Africa, like Damien was like basically confirming everything Trump was saying.
Yeah. It certainly
Oh.
Yeah.
adds new meaning to the term blackout, doesn't it?
Oh, the ANC is terrible. Oh.
Yep. And they are far from the worst, Neko. But I've been doing very well. If I sound any different, folks, it's because of the fact that it's cold and it's gotten into my nose. So,
Sinuses. Now,
yeah, it's
pretty much.
Yeah. How about
Yeah.
you, Neko? How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Like I said, during the Super Bowl, I got a new mattress, and I've been sleeping so much better.
Oh, nice.
what happened to the old mattress?
Well, it was almost 7 years old,
Wow.
sinking in. So, you know,
Yeah, it was time. It was time
It was
for a new
time.
one.
Yeah.
And
You
since
waited
Super Bowl
7 years.
Sunday, I used my tax refund, and it was like under $1,000. So pretty good deal.
Oh, nice.
You spent
I still-
how much
I
did you
still-
spend on a mattress?
The mattress itself was $650.
So you bought the whole bed then, I guess. Then.
Yeah.
Folks, you can't see my jaw dropping at a $650 mattress, but what?
There's more expensive ones there, like 1,500 or even 2,000.
My goodness, I don't want to know how much you spend on makeup if you spend that much on mattresses.
Hey, with beauty sleep, you don't need makeup.
Ugh,
But how much do
Christ.
you spend on a mattress?
Nothing.
Just sleep on the
Wait,
floor.
nothing? What did you do?
No,
Sleep on the couch?
Look, when one of my mattresses. Look, I am the ultimate second-hander, right? When my previous mattress went the way of the dinosaur, I basically, because one of my neighbors, got run out of town, the whole community, the whole street just picked his house clean, and I took his mattress. Lovely, lovely, gorgeous. Gorgeous. But yeah, that's an interesting story, folks. But I'll leave that for another stream, right? the time the community ran a guy out of town and picked his house clean. I took his mattress and his television as a trophy.
I'm assuming the
Oh.
guy wasn't an immigrant.
Yes, he was an immigrant. So
Oh,
on that
okay,
note,
then.
ladies and gentlemen, yeah, they give them a lot, Galaxy. That's why we drove him out. But our first topic, which I'll write down for 13 minutes. Why is that? Because it's Friday the 13th,
Friday
folks.
the 13th, yes.
Yep.
And we don't have a horror topic. In fact, the horror topic is the old white road embracing the rainbow. But 2.1 is Activision Blizzard condemned after many revelations come out, folks. Okay, it's our first topic for a very important reason, mainly because of all the controversies surrounding Activision Blizzard. Whenever you're ready, Dash, you can share your screen. Let's face it, folks. This is a company that sold out as soon as Jeff Eppy disappeared. Okay? As soon as he disappeared.
Oh, you got your DMs open.
Ah! Not
All right.
again. I
Oh.
didn't use I didn't use Mr. Nobody's weird app.
You should.
DM
You
Guardian.
should just use it only when you have it when you're streaming. Don't.
Okay.
Also, you need to zoom in because I know that Diddy's not going to be able to read it.
You said Diddy.
No, I said Digny.
Yeah.
Said-
Diddy, Digny. Doesn't matter. But courtesy of Dash Attack, quote, Activision and Blizzard should have died during the scandal, but then this douchebag gave Bobby a golden parachute and saved his ass. Fucker belongs in jail for covering up a chibi. Oh wait, that didn't happen.
Oh damn.
That's foreshadowing the end of today's show, considering it's Friday the 13th. But this was as a result of a post from Mr. Whale at Crypto Whale. And if you have any crypto, sell it as soon as possible. Quote, Epi and Bobby, former CEO of Activision Blizzard, the company behind Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush, Diablo, Overwatch, etc., in leaked 2013 emails, quote, how do we teach kids to spend money for the rest of their lives as early as possible? Answer, we turn them into gabagoo. Microtransactions in Call of Duty, plus sexy rewards, plus guns, plus virtual items. Because education through games is for losers. Well, I agree with that. We need to hook them on constant paying. Kotick, or Bobby as I like to call him, his name appears over 300 times in the Epstein files. This isn't a conspiracy theory. These are their own words, and look around. That's exactly what kids gaming looks like today. Who's to blame for Fortnite? Jeff Epi. Who's to blame for microtransactions? Jeff Epi. Who's to blame for early access and broken buggy games? Jeff Epi. From Anthem to Fallout 76 to Overwatch 2, Jeff Epi. And why don't you make these bigger, Dash? Go and click on one of these white pages and make them bigger.
Okay, this is an email from the files dated May 2nd, 2013 at approximately 3 o'clock. I'm meeting
it's back in 2013 when Medal of Honor still had influence. Remember Medal of Honor, folks?
A lot of franchise still had staying power and relevance back then before they all burnt.
Okay. You know, the bottom paragraph I think is very interesting. Edutainment, so that's a mix of education and entertainment, is for pussies. It doesn't work. Once kids catch on that you are trying to teach them something, they shut down. We have to keep the boobs and the guns and Whoa. Is Jeff Epi promoting gooning? Is Jeff Epi a certified gooner, folks? Because a lot of people on our side are pro gooner, okay? And look, this is from Jeff Epi.
I mean,
I would say that that is probably the only statement that may from him that actually might be based, but everything else is not good.
You see how much money video games are making these days, and this was back in 2013. Fuck educational reform. We need educational subversion. Do you know what educational subversion is an allegory for?
Everything that's been yep.
Yeah. That part I don't agree with. Don't want to education subversion, but everything else he said before that on that one paragraph is,
let's face it, Galaxy. Jeff Epi actively pushed for wokeness in gaming 2 years before it entered the zeitgeist, because it was around 2015 2016 when it really started ramping up. So if you want to find someone to blame for wokeness, for political correctness, social justice, and identity politics in gaming, Jeff Epi, man. He is literally the reason everything has gone wrong. Okay,
and keep in mind, selling sex wasn't considered politically incorrect in 2013. So you were still allowed to have like busting women. It wasn't until Sarkeesian came into the picture and whined that became bad.
I was going to say, a little coincidental, was pretty much closer around the same time that Gamergate happened.
Yeah, this is a few years beforehand, Galaxy. But I take your point. This is the precursor. For all we know, one of Jeff Epi's connections funded Anita Sarkeesian into prominence. Need to understand
I thought
that.
it was you said was like funding Anita Sarkeesian.
Well, we look at this, Neku, And this is not the only example. There are so many examples of this man having fingers in so many pies. It's unreal. Okay, this is from Pablos Holman. I don't know who that is. He may be someone very important. This is a message he sent to Epi, right? Quote, I'm all for indoctrinating kids into an economy. You got to love how this example of real world rewards is virtual items in games, okay? I think it's very important for people to realize that this is where the infection first took root, and it was Epi who encouraged it to take root, folks. You want to look, everything this whole culture war manifested because of this guy. This guy is the reason for most of our political, social, and cultural problems in the Western world. It can be boiled down to one man.
He was definitely a player, like maybe not like the guy at the top, but he was definitely like pushing it, and he was one of the big ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, and look at
if you want to look at
what
my,
it led to.
if you want to look at my screen that I'm sharing, this is Paulus Holwood.
Well, I think this is very important. This email chain here is
LinkedIn.
very important, right?
It's his LinkedIn page.
Oh, you can always learn a lot from a guy's LinkedIn page. What's his pronouns?
I don't see anything here for that.
Interesting. That's the
can't
first
read
thing.
that 'cause I can't read that.
He got
'cause-
scrubbed. He scrubbed it. These
Oh,
people always scrub things.
yeah,
as soon
you're
as they
right.
enter
He
the
did.
zeitgeist.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Of course. Folks, these people are not held to account, right? Activision Blizzard should have
look
burned
at
to
this
the ground,
from last thing right here is
right?
2013. What is this?
Activision Blizzard should have burnt to the ground as a result of all this, but it got rewarded, not just with survival, but with the support of one of the largest tech companies in the world, in Microsoft. A lot of people don't realize that. Okay? This man will not be held accountable. None of these people will be held accountable, which means soon this stuff will stop being secret, which it is. It's starting to no longer be secret, and they will start doing it publicly. Think of it this way, guys. Let's use a VTuber example. If there were revelations that VTubers were involved in a furry sex scandal, right? You know, a bunch of VTubers got together and they fucked each other in furry suits and it got revealed. If none of them were held to account over it, it wouldn't be a secret and they'd start doing it openly and proudly. Same applies here. But this is from early 2018, and you know, Epi is still in the picture. You know, a year before his official death, which is bullshit. Okay, and you see it right here. Diversity is the core to our mission, and it's the right thing to do for our business. That is why you've heard AG, wonder who that is, me and other company leaders talk about our commitment to continued progress on diversity and inclusion. We're at work on an action plan and we'll share more details before the end of the month. That was from the company mail. Is that the New York Times? The official name is redacted, and it is to all company employees. It is also redacted, but it is likely to Activision Blizzard. It's long enough. It's a long enough black bar, folks. I think we can all agree that that shouldn't be redacted, but it is. And what was the source to all of this? Jeff Epi.
Yeah, I was wondering who is AG supposed to be.
Attorney General.
Yeah, for all we know, it could be the Attorney General because, folks, everything is compromised.
But it also could be an actual
yeah,
name.
who was the Attorney General at the time? Loretta Lynch. And you know, like, and what is she most famous for? Like, an airplane meeting with Bill Clinton.
Well, just type in U.S. Attorney General in 2018. Okay. Okay. It was during the Trump administration.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
That's bar.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
That was
Oh,
Bill
well,
Barr.
he wasn't very like. Yeah. Okay. So this is from. I thought this was from 2013. Okay, but
No, it's
Barr
from
is.
2018. And I want people to realize that Barr's father was one of the first people to welcome Epi with open arms. I want
Wait,
folks to
sorry,
really think
what is it? What is the actual like date? Not the year, the actual date of that.
March 2nd, 2018.
Okay, so there wasn't Bill Barr. Bill Barr didn't come in until later. It was Jeff Sessions was the Attorney General until November 2018.
Well, then the point still stands. The puppet may be different, but the performance is still the same. I
Yeah,
want
I
people to
know.
realize
I just want to
that
just make sure we're right. You know, don't have to.
I just want
Okay.
people to realize that this infestation is everywhere. It's in our politics, it's in our popular culture, it's in our entertainment media. It only reinforces the narrative that the more powerful you are, the more compromised you are. And it is literally everywhere. Epi was everywhere. He had connections everywhere across the Western world, be it political, pop cultural, everywhere. And I think it's
Yeah.
very important for people to realize that this is not a political topic, right? Any of you have ever played Activision Blizzard games, and Activision was the first real game developer,
Yeah,
folks.
they've
And
been in
Blizzard,
business a long time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and so had Epi, been doing this for a long time. And Blizzard, well, Blizzard was one of the forefathers of online gaming, right? Especially back in the 2000s and even further before that. Of course it's going to be mired in these scandals, but does it get annihilated? Of course not. It gets rewarded. For all we know, Epi was responsible for the merger. I don't know.
Oh, I
Wouldn't
would
surprise
love
me.
it if we found like some emails between him and Phil Spencer. Oh,
Oh,
This is the thing people need to understand. Our system is rotten to the core. And if you want to succeed within this zeitgeist, just be an awful, awful person. Just be an awful person. You want to be good people like ourselves, you'll never succeed. Never. Okay? You want to succeed in this zeitgeist? You do what Neko does. You make great gay bar music. Okay?
all
Okay?
right.
A Furious Dan is like, oh, I'm going to fist of shame all these people. Neko's like, we're going to fisting of shame all these people. I want that to be a thing because I think that could be very popular, Neko.
We gotta have Dan.
And
We gotta have Dan on and not tell
no,
him
he won't
about
like
the.
that. He
I
won't
know
like
he
that.
won't. I know.
He'll think it's loco.
No, man, not doing that, man.
Well, I'm telling you this, right? I'm telling you this. In this zeitgeist, the fisting of shame is less dangerous than the fist of shame because you can twist the narrative with the fisting of shame that no, it's not gratuitous violence, it's sexual pleasure.
Yeah, I don't know. This is.
but going
I am
back to
sure
like everything being rigged, it's like, I mean, even regular people pick up on it because notice how the Sherman Act hasn't been enforced in decades. Like all these
Yeah.
mergers are textbook monopolies, but no, nothing.
Yep,
Yeah, so
everyone
many-
just
so
keeps
many-
consolidating. Warner Brothers has consolidated with several companies already.
Yeah, Warner Brothers has consolidated itself to death, so much so that no one can buy them. No one has the means. It's such a bipolar company.
Like
It's insane.
they're kind of digging their grave because they're like, oh, we're in so much debt, we need a merger. Well, you're also like buying these companies, so you're just digging yourself into more debt.
Yeah. Why don't you do what you're famous for, Warner Brothers? Do what Activision Blizzard did. Whore yourself out to the highest bidder and get a fisting of shame in the process. I'm telling you guys, Furious Dan's fist of shame is going to get him into trouble. But I tell you for a fact, Neko's fisting of shame won't, because of the fact that it won't be seen as violent. It will be seen as sexually gratifying content, which is perfectly fine on X. It is. Plus, it will also get under Furious Dan's skin, and that will be humorous to me. I find that funny because he won't know how to process it. And I think that's good.
Hey, I just hope he doesn't blame me for you guys stealing his joke and twisting
We're
it.
not stealing anything. We're putting an ing after his fist. Ing. I just find it funny. That's
We're
all.
just
Do you
contributing
know what
to it.
Hmm?
Oh, you're saying we're at an ing. We're just contributing to it.
Exactly. We are helping. We are helping out. We are making the fist of shame great again by adding ing.
Hey, good
No,
to see Jake's in the chat. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
I feel
Jace.
sorry for you, Jose. You live in Atlanta. Oh dear. Poor bastard. Do you know where's the city that's worse than Atlanta? Newark. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, not many people will get that reference, but the right
I
people
do.
will. See, look, the right people. So now for our second topic. Speaking of scumbag companies that deserve to die, we need a remedy to this problem. And the remedy is, of course, EA. So I'll just write down the topic. 31 minutes dead, which is what remedy will be if they continue to swallow EA's poison. Now, whenever you're ready, Dash, you can share your screen. Apparently, Remedy has gotten a new CEO who is a former EA manager back when EA was the devil of gaming. Now it isn't, but back then it was. It's funny. It's funny how being scumbags in 2016 means you're a good person in 2026. That is literally EA at this point. But this is courtesy of Pirate Nation, who definitely doesn't play dress up to sexually satisfy himself. Quote, Remedy's new CEO is a former sports betting executive and EA manager who aims to, quote, scale Remedy in a way that builds lasting value, unquote, via PC Gamer. So if any of you work in Remedy, I have a remedy to all of your problems. Find the nearest firearm, and you know what to do.
Yeah, this seems like one of those dark things from an Alan Wake story. Like,
Yes.
ooh,
Yes. I
So
would
is this
rather play.
this is a
I
bad
would
thing
rather
for their new
play-
game, right?
no, that their new game shouldn't really be effective because
I
they've
hope
been
so.
working on it for a while, and hopefully they listen to the feedback from Alan Wake 2 and Firebreak. I saw the new footage of the new Control game, and it looks
Mhm.
way more exciting than the original game. Like, playing as Jesse's brother is interesting. It's funny how they replaced the female lead with her brother.
Sorry to say, Dash, they're going to cancel that and start making pachinko machines.
Lol. Oh, speaking of
Okay.
that, like Konami's kind of making a comeback into gaming now.
Yeah,
Yes.
they had some state of play announcements yesterday. So really
Yeah,
interesting.
because their scumbag former boss got chucked out of the company.
I mean, speaking of pachinko, that's all they were doing for a decade.
Yes,
Yeah.
because the man in charge was a nepo baby cunt who wanted to turn Konami into a gambling site, and it took a hostile takeover, which literally led to the man being chucked out of the building for Konami to go back to its roots. And the same thing's going to happen with Remedy. It's going to have a generation where everything gets monetized to hell. Will Control be immune to that? No. No, quite frankly. As we mentioned in the previous topic, nothing is immune to this poison, which is why it
Remedy.
has to be called out. Yes?
Well, I just like the history of Remedy's like problems. They had a good relation with Microsoft until Microsoft, I think, fucked up their game Quantum Break. And so that forced them to literally buy the rights to the Alan Wake franchise outright. But they left Quantum Break in Microsoft's hands, and that's so they But now with Microsoft gone, they needed a new financial person, and that's where Epic Games came in, and that's how Alan Wake 2 happened, because Epic Games. And now, like, I think they realized just how bad of a decision that was, even though they were recently defending that decision on X. Like saying, no, our partnership with Epic was really, really good. It's okay that the game will never release on Steam and make back like most of the money. I mean, like,
because
Epic put the check.
I was just going to say, guys, Epic is one of the few companies in the pop culture space that can really just ruin you with a snap of their fingers, right? One of the very few companies. Microsoft can't do that. Microsoft didn't want Quantum Break to succeed, because if Quantum Break had succeeded, it would have sprung an entirely new genre of gaming, which would have merged into film, right? Which is what Xbox originally tried to do with the Xbox One, but it completely failed. So, of course, they're not going to support a game concept that follows a similar trajectory to their botched release of the Xbox One. Microsoft is the sole reason Quantum Break got destroyed.
Damn.
Yeah, because they didn't see, because of their own personal failure, they didn't see a project which combined film and gaming to be a sustainable project long term.
I mean, they recast the entire game. Granted, like, the actors they got were great. Alec Gideon from Game of Thrones, Sean Ashmore, the late Lance Riddick, who I believe was originally supposed to play that Mr. Door character from Alan Wake 2. So, like, they had like tons of like good actors for that game, but that's all more money they had to put into development, and you could tell stuff was cut from that game. It did not live up to like the what they wanted to be. It was supposed to be not live action cutscenes, but an actual television show that would have been like controlled by the game, and that whole concept got neutered because of.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the stellar success of Red Alert 3. You guys remember Red Alert 3? It was
love that game.
It was a game so successful that EA killed an entire studio to stop it manifesting into something greater, right? Because there was this attempt in the late 2000s and through most of the 2010s to merge filmmaking with gaming, and almost the entire games industry wanted that to die. You remember Red Alert 3? You remember Tim Curry and J.K. Simmons and George Takei and Ron Yuan and Gina Carano?
Yep. Great game. I love that game.
Space.
Spice.
Yeah. So many great actors and actresses. A wonderful real-time strategy game. One of the best games that EA's Los Angeles division ever made. And what was the response? EA's like, yeah, you made a lot of money. Here's a DLC. Now off yourself. Quite literally, in that regard. Because
that is such a shame.
Yeah, they didn't want the concept to succeed. The concept of having movies blending with games. I mean, here's another example, right? Detroit Become Human. A game that is incredible, that was incredibly successful. It's still selling copies to this day. Are they making a successor to that? Of course not, because it tries to combine the best of movie making with the best of gaming.
Well, they tried to get funding from for a Star Wars game called Eclipse, but Disney kept fucking meddling with it, and also people want to cancel David Cage because of like controversial statements he said that weren't very inclusive. Like,
I think they're still making it though, but it's still
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
has not been any news.
yeah.
on that.
There's been no news for like years, but yeah, they're still making on it apparently.
In the same way that BioWare were making Dragon Age: The Veilguard Galaxy, that doesn't give me any high hopes for its
No, yeah, I know.
success.
I'm not saying it's gonna be good. I'm saying it's still being development.
I mean, the concept of like taking like the skeleton of Detroit with its branching paths and its like choices and putting it into Star Wars is just very logical. Light side, dark side.
It is. But we have an industry that will support movie making. It will support gaming, but it will not support a mix of the two.
Which is
about it.
interesting because
They
you
don't-
could actually like build something incredible, like combining the strengths of each medium.
Exactly. But they don't want to do that. Do you know why they don't want to do that? Because a merging of two industries will kill each industry separately.
It seems like Remedy still wants to do that though, because they kind of did it with Alan Wake 2 with the live action cutscenes.
They did. And what was the result?
I don't know, a dance number at the Game Awards.
That and the fact that Alan Wake 2 was a complete financial failure.
Well, that wasn't because of the cutscenes. That was a
No.
lot of other factors. You got the Sweet Baby, you have Epic Games Store, you had no physical on release. Like me and a bunch of other Alan Wake fans like held off on the game just for not being able to get it in physical. We waited 13 fucking years for that sequel.
Well, let's put it this way, guys. Right, let's put it this way. The same company that won't make a Detroit Become Human sequel is the same company that published Dustborn.
Yeah, I know. They funded the Red Thread games who
Yeah.
made Dustborn. Like, so yeah, there is a connection. That was a terrible
is a
decision.
No, it's a deliberate decision, though. It's a deliberate because, and you see this now with Reloaded, the industry at large wants to paint gaming as a joke, a very profitable joke, as we saw with the previous topic, right? Edutainment, educational entertainment is a joke. So when they try to merge the two together in things like Dustborn and Reloaded, those are two very important examples. It completely undermines the games industry and keeps it separate from other industries. I would like nothing more than for entertainment industries, movies, TV shows, games, other forms of entertainment to merge together, because the quality that would be unleashed would be incredible, especially for new audiences. But the industry at large doesn't want that and will do anything to try and kill that.
They'd rather like buy up the IPs and make their own version of it through adaptation.
Exactly. They want to compromise it, right? They want to get the acquisition, they want to co-opt it, they want to compromise it and destroy it. I mean, the last topic regarding Bobby and Epi is living proof of that concept. That's exactly what Activision Blizzard has done. Activision Blizzard's most successful franchise for about a decade has been Candy Crush, and it's completely devoid of anything of substance.
Including
just-
a plot.
Exactly. But in a capitalistic world, Activision Blizzard has the incentive to just keep making Candy Crush, right? That's why I think we should call Activision Blizzard King, because King was the only thing keeping Activision Blizzard afloat. Yet it doesn't even get fucking named.
Xbox
Neko.
Hills used to.
What was that?
No, I'm just saying Xbox Shills used to say the king thing, but then they stopped doing it for some reason.
They stopped doing it because King financially outshines Activision and Blizzard. It's very simple, guys. Let me boil this topic down in a sentence. The more successful you are, the more you will be crushed.
I heard my
It's
name
as
earlier.
simple as that. Yeah, it ties into the previous topic. King was included until it wasn't. Why would the most financially successful part of the company, by a country mile, not be included in the promotional material? because you can't twist Candy Crush into a woke narrative. Because there's no narrative. It's how do we keep middle-aged menopausal bitches occupied for a few hours? The game. Speaking of which, Neko, what do you make of all this?
Well, I thought it was kind of funny you were talking about how they can't merge movies and video games, because that's actually a complaint I've heard from a lot of gamers. They feel like games like Last of Us 2 are kind of glorified movies.
Mhm.
And what
Yeah.
happened to it? Failed. We'll never get a Last of Us 3.
Well,
never.
and that's not because of the movie thing. Like, a lot of people
Yeah.
hated the sequel.
Yes, because of the story was shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you
Exactly.
can have cinematic experiences, but there needs to be enough gameplay to call it a game.
Exactly. Merging industries together. The reason The Last of Us was deliberately destroyed as a franchise, because it was deliberate. It was because the first Last of Us was a fantastic example of synergy done right. A synergy of movie making and gaming done right. And that
Mhm.
cannot be allowed
I'm
in
not sure
this
I'd say
day
it's
and
on
age.
purpose. I think it's just Neil Druckmann's ego.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, of
that's the
course.
other thing. Neil Druckmann just plain sucks, and like
Well, the
his
man-
story sucked.
Yeah, just like
The
we
man
know,
is a-
yeah. Go
The
ahead.
man's a useful idiot. It's as simple as that.
Well, we
It's
know
as simple as
Intergalactic is going to be bad too, just for that same reason. They're going to try to make it all cinematic and stuff.
Oh, no one has any faith except the Sony shills in Intergalactic.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all.
We
But
haven't
we
seen
haven't-
any
Intergalactic.
gameplay.
Yeah, we
Where
haven't
was the
seen any
gameplay?
gameplay. Yeah, we haven't seen any
Yeah.
gameplay, but I'm saying either way, it doesn't look good because of the protagonist.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
it'd
I
be
mean,
cool.
like
It-
ugly protagonists are just an industry standard nowadays.
Yeah,
so,
that's-
like,
That's
Yeah,
not,
but that's the reason why people will be turned off on it.
that's a surface level problem. How can you call a game intergalactic where you'll just have one space cutscene and it'll be on a goddamn fucking planet?
yeah,
for
the whole
for
game takes
entire
place
game?
on one single planet, so it's not like a grand space adventure or anything. It's
Yeah.
you're stuck on one freaking planet.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, yeah, if it was because it's intergalactics, everything like that, they should have had it that you go to multiple planets and you're a bounty hunter or whatever, kind of like that. So
That would have been
Because
interesting.
the
yeah,
entire
and change
story,
change the protagonist to something better looking.
No,
the
people
entire
have. Smash PT used AI to make it better. Maybe
Yeah,
that's all.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
the entire story of that game got leaked online,
Yep.
which
The
was
leaks are bad.
yeah, it was a goddamn blessing because it's now delayed the game by about 5 years.
Like apparently all the people were like actually mutants or something that were like worshiping it was weird ass shit.
Yeah, and some kind of tech barrier, and the final choice at the end of the game is to either lower the tech barrier and unleash the bugs, or keep the barrier up and have the planet get bombarded. It's like, fuck is this shit? What is this? It's a deliberate attempt to annihilate the medium. And we're seeing countless examples of that. The purpose is not to entertain you guys. It's not entertain us. It's to utterly destroy the concept of creativity everywhere. That's what we're facing. Why does this fucker look like Jared Leto?
Alan Wake has been trapped in another dimension for 13 years, going insane.
You sure
Yeah,
we're
but-
not trapped in another fucking dimension?
Yeah, that's not. Oh, I forgot who the actor is, but
Oh yeah, the guy who plays Alan Wake, he's some like Nordish guy who doesn't speak English, and they actually have another voice actor
yeah.
dubbing him.
yeah,
Hey, look,
But-
man, I wish I
that's a
didn't
real-
speak English. But yeah, best of luck to Remedy. You're going to need it with a former EA manager. And, well, it could be worse. You could be Overwatch. 49 minutes. and 29 seconds. Like the streams, share the stream. Donations are always welcome. Our third topic is
Oh, but
related
before-
to.
Yeah, before we get into the third topic, I'm going to tell just like it's the off aside thing for Dash and everything. They released Dino Crisis 1 and 2 on Steam now.
Yep,
It's
I
like-
just got two. I just got two
Yeah.
on Steam because I own one on physical.
Yeah, they just released them today. Apparently, it just popped. Them
Yep.
up there.
Saw that this morning. Got it right away.
That was crazy. I didn't know it would be on there. Anyway, that's it.
All right.
50 minutes and 5 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, for our third topic, which is apparently Overwatch 2 gets a new hero. It gets changed after a backlash because Asian lady too pretty. Mino likey pretty Asian lady. Where bang bang? Share your screen, Dash.
I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, Overwatch. I mean, come on. We know they'll always cave.
I've seen the post of this.
Yeah, but it was
actor
weird. Like
on
it
this.
was the actress that
Yeah.
requested it. Like
Yeah,
because you had media outlets complaining that this was too much Stellar Blade, too much pretty
What?
Asian.
yeah. Wait, look how they say. Look how I say that. After the fans complained, her
Well,
in-game
it's
model.
because their justification was that she didn't look like her original appearance in some promo animation teasing her way back. No,
Okay.
they improved her fucking design.
Yeah, for her to sell. I mean, it's why what was that one? Their
Marvel
hero
Rivals.
non-hero he see it person that has no costumes, no cosmetics because no one
What?
likes it.
I hope no one on this panel has a short memory because I said it during the previous topic. The
Well,
objective
Yeah,
is
Zine wasn't
to
there. Yeah,
the
go ahead.
not just creativity as a whole, guys, but even the concept of creativity has to be destroyed. And first of
Yeah.
all, who made Melanie Mac Asian? Okay, first of all, because you bring up an actual picture of this woman, it's like, hello, Melanie Mac, how's your new husband?
I'm sure there's a picture of her scrolling down.
Don't go too far. You might find something.
It's not very far
Melanie-
off.
Melanie Mac has really let herself go.
That's not. Well, like I said, don't go too far. You might run into something. It's
No, go further down. Go really down. There we go. Actually, that's a great description. Go up. Up.
not that far.
There we
up.
go. Just play that.
Pretty much.
No, pretty.
No, it's just him yelling. It's just him yelling.
I
It's-
don't want to risk it. YouTube, Alex Jones. I know. It's hilarious. Okay.
That's all he's doing.
Classic.
That's how I feel when I try to get people on this panel to talk.
Ah!
I feel like blowing up someone's blood vessels. But no, in all seriousness, folks, I want people to realize that this whole situation, first of all, is manufactured.
Yeah,
Second of all-
absolutely.
Second of all, the actress has no place condemning her own character. Third of all, bitch, know your role and shut your mouth.
Yep.
to
You
quote
say the
Rock.
lines, you get paid, you go home.
Yes.
Like the
You're
whole
like
point
a-
of playing a character is that it's not you.
Yeah, a lot
Exactly.
of these voice actors try to claim ownership of their roles. That's why you'll see their characters on their portfolio. I get it; they're trying to market themselves. They're trying to get booked at conventions. I understand and some of them actually really do the ones that actually enjoy the profession and actually fans. They really like their characters. I met Paul St. Peter. He has a Kingdom Hearts tattoo because he plays Zeniths. He loves Kingdom Hearts.
Poor man. Just poor man.
Yeah,
But
I know.
folks,
Hey, it's
Well, go on.
him. It's what he likes. He enjoyed his time playing that character.
what is the point, folks? And this is a very interesting question. I wonder if anyone on the panel can answer it. What is the point of a voice actress undermining her own character?
Social justice. That's it.
Hmm.
They don't care about their career. They just care about the platform and the message.
I was gonna say she was
Exactly.
a narcissist.
And what does the message ultimately call for? What is the message's underlying objective? The annihilation of anything and everything that isn't it, which is quite frankly everything. That's
Dress, who plays Overwatch, says that the first non-binary character had the most negative feedback.
of course, because people don't want it. People don't want it.
Because it's forced.
Do you know what people want, guys? They want Zine to play a game stream. Zine?
Oh, a game stream.
No,
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals, like they want hot men and hot women. They just want sexiness overboard. We need to make Venom into a cake.
I was gonna say that's why Marvel Rivals took over Overwatch, because they actually gave what fans wanted.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where Overwatch decided to, hey, let's never do that again.
Oh wait, now then when they try the reverse course, you have like, you know, the stupid actress they hired, like trying to undermine them, and then they have to like appease that side of the Overwatch community, and it's just, my God, like, you know, it's like they don't want to like get back with the cultural relevance they once had.
Well, they kind of destroyed it when they're like, okay, we know we made you move over to 2, but that story campaign we promised, we're just not going to finish it.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that too.
They've destroyed all goodwill. It's just, I mean, if you're still an Overwatch fan, I think you just have Stockholm Syndrome.
If you're still an Overwatch fan, you're getting what you deserve. It's as simple as that. Right? We look at all of these topics, and I've gone through hundreds of topics in my time as a content creator. They all have one underlining theme. No matter the cause, the effect is still the same. It's to destroy everything and everyone. Weaponizing weakness to destroy society.
Well, that's what progressive like ideology is like all about. It's not about building something, it's about tearing down existing structures. But the only problem is their ideas of putting something in its place almost never work. That's why like you had all those homeless people freeze to death recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then those frozen homeless people can be used to fertilize the collective farm, comrade. Yes, Zine?
Yeah, I mean, progressivism, the whole ideology, even years ago at the end of World War II, was just straight up been garbage ever since then. But no one really paid attention. But also thanks to our media of hiding the fact that it was just basically communism.
Yes.
Communism light.
Yeah, and folks, we live in a system. We live in a society, ladies and gentlemen, in a Western world where we have essentially a foot in 2 rooms. One of our feet is in the free market, in a capitalist society, and another one of our feet is in a permanent welfare state, which is not capitalism; it's socialism.
That's
right?
the good deal for you.
Right? Well, it's not sustainable, Dash, first of all. We are in 2 different rooms, right?
I know.
We're
I'm
gonna
just saying
split apart.
FDR is the architect of the welfare state. You know, he created the New Deal.
Yeah.
And like he's idolized despite the fact that he was a racist and he did the internment camps and like was
Hey, look,
not a good person.
I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with his New Deal, Dash, as you well know. But I will make the point, right? Either be in one room or another, right? Know your role, shut your mouth. It's as simple as that. Don't have a foot in both camps. Don't have a foot in both rooms. Pick one. Does the United States want to become a hub of free enterprise where you can monetize your farts and bathwater? Or do you want to be a socialist state where you get your daily bread ration and your corpse gets used as fertilizer? There is no middle ground. We've been trying to play the middle ground and it hasn't worked. Pick one.
I kind of go by what Milton Friedman said. You can either have a welfare state or you can have open immigration. You cannot have both. Because you either run out of money or, you know,
I
it's just
honestly
not
think,
sustainable.
Neko, I honestly think, Neko, we shouldn't have either at this point, right? We
Which
shouldn't
is
have
also
either.
a valid argument.
Yeah, we shouldn't have
I- you-
either.
Yeah,
Because they
you
don't
look at
combine in something great.
Well, yeah, nothing like about the end game of progressivism makes any fucking sense. Like, let's be real, there's no sustainability, there's no like way where everyone, can live prosperously. It doesn't like it's not pragmatic at all.
no, and it's not principled either. Look what it's done to the creative industries. It's not pragmatic. It's not principled. It's not productive. It's poisonous. And do you know what you do with a poison? I'm going to make Zine disappear with my magic, folks.
Yeah. See
Magic,
you guys.
magic.
I have to go.
Magic.
Yep. Thank you for being here, Zine, as always.
Abracadabra disappearo.
See you, Zine.
There we go, folks. I have magic powers. Haha. But you see what these people have done to the creative industries. They are a poison, and you've got to draw that poison out before you can expel it. But that requires crossing lines that not many moderate people are willing to do. I mean, look, man, if a poisonous snake has bitten you in the ass, you've got to draw the poison out. And that means, whether you like it or not, someone's gonna have to suck your ass.
Oh
You're
man,
gonna like
don't get Neku started.
Right? You
Making
may
game
not
sound
like it.
based.
That's why there's a place for people in the LGBT community, because they can suck the poison out of your ass, okay? And then spit it out, and then your life is saved, and then you've got a partner for life. That's why we put poisonous snakes in America, so that gayness can rise. And if you believe that, you're a fucking idiot. It's great to see Levistro. I hope you're doing well, my good man. We're talking a little bit about how Asian Melanie Mac has poisoned Overwatch. And I think it's very important for people to realize that tolerating this will destroy us.
Well, there's going to be no redemption arc for Overwatch. That's for damn sure. They'll keep losing to Marvel rivals. Like, just wait till like they add like, I don't know, what's another like hot Marvel character they have. Like, I want to see their version of Carol Danvers. I want to see if they make her hot. And hell, what if they add freaking Nightcrawler? Like, you don't think that's going to like bring
Yes.
It's so ironic that the Chinese of all people, have more of a creative finger on the pulse of Western civilization,
And they have
than
more
our
fan
own
service
people.
despite having like government censorship down their neck.
Yep.
Yes.
Even with all that government censorship and all that, like they do like, the thing. Genshin Impact does the exact same thing.
We're still despite government censorship, we're getting more cleavage and more ass than we are in the West. That's so messed
Exactly.
up.
Mm-hmm.
The most messed up thing about it, folks, is that 60, 70 years ago, America was the land of the free, home of the brave, never had it so good, while the Chinese were starving by the millions. It's funny how so much can change in such a short space of time. Who
Well,
knows? In 60, 70 years' time, it might be the opposite. America might be starving itself to oblivion, and the Chinese have never had it so good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I've been very checked out as far as like with the political discourse like going on, because like it's been very, very heated like this like past month with like a bunch of goings on, and it's yeah, I mean
It's a
you
big
got
problem.
yep.
It's a big problem, Dash. And since China has been included in this conversation, they don't have a political discourse.
Yep,
how
I know. You
refreshing.
agree with the party, or you get set die, or you get
If you
China
die,
is terrible.
it's as simple as that. But there's a sort of liberating factor to that, Dash. Imagine if America was a one-party state. Imagine if there was no political discourse in the United States right now.
Oh man, I know that's what the end goal is. I know that's the no debate, no like everyone just like has a fake election, and then like we just like have one party rule forever. That's what
But that's the great separation between China and the United States. And when I say China, I mean Red China, because there's more than one China. Okay? They have no political discourse, right? So they don't have the back and forth. They don't have the constant deliberations. They don't have the constant infighting. They don't have a culture that is poisoning itself to death, figuratively and literally.
yeah, China like mostly like they don't like like China has been known to like fund like DEI initiatives because they know it weakens countries.
Yes. In the
Yeah,
same
and
way that I fund weapons production because I know it'll help me win a war.
well, and China even has their own version of
Yeah, the
holy
social.
crap, who's that billionaire that's funding all the activists?
Yeah,
Hungarian. What's his name?
yeah. I think his name is the guy,
Jigny,
BlackRock
you should
guy,
know this.
the BlackRock guy.
I like these silences.
Larry Fink. It's Larry Fink. Or Hans.
Why am I blanking? I think it's just because Evan. Soros. I
George
was saying China has their own version of Soros, Neville Roy Singham, who's been funding all these activists, and as we see, gaming too.
That doesn't. First of all, that doesn't sound like a Chinese name. Second of all, you have literally
he's
turned
Indian,
into a.
but
Yeah,
he's
I was
Indian,
gonna say.
but he is.
Oh, I see. It's his mouth
yeah,
and stuff.
in bed
yeah,
with the CCP.
Neku, the body of your PNG is like gone.
I noticed that happened last time too. It's like after an hour, I have to restart the program.
The program, damn.
Oh
I
my
wouldn't
goodness.
know anything about it because like I VTube. I didn't even start out as. Oh well, hello.
That got his
zoomed in too much.
attention.
Zoomed in way too much there.
Oh, that's not a problem.
You dirty bastard!
fix
But
Hey, Dash.
the thing about this situation that I want people to realize is that as Neko gets lobotomized, is that the Chinese don't face this problem. Instead, they weaponize it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
They weaponize it for their own cause. They're not going to be corrupted by it. And you know what has led to that corruption in the West? It's the fact that we have political discourse. It's the fact that we have civil discourse. None of that exists in the People's Republic of China. So this sort of weaponization cannot be used on them.
Well, and number two, China is willing to bury itself in the debt just to, corrupt the West. And not just the West, all its neighbors too, like the Philippines.
Yep.
Yes. It's also willing to wipe out half of its population to win a conflict.
Yeah.
China's very own
messed up.
Yeah, China's very own George Washington, Mao Zedong, made that point. I would be willing to sacrifice half of my people to win a war. Back then, that was 300 million. Right now, it's about 650 million. They're that kind of people. And those kind of people sadly win.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one country that will never be woke. Red China. You don't get high off your own supply.
Femboys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure homosexuality is banned completely. Yet that somehow they make all these gay visual novels. Like somehow, like
Yeah.
these Chinese developers keep putting them on Steam.
Yes, Dash.
I'm sure half of them
Don't
are
get.
from Taiwan. Like,
Yeah, probably.
Oh, you mean Blue China? Oh yeah, Blue China. Yeah, I think there are two Chinas. No one likes it when I bring it up, Neku. But there's Red China, and there's Blue China.
yeah,
It's like capture the flag, isn't it? But
you got
I
Taiwan
or
and West Taiwan.
yeah, or Red China and Blue China. But the point I'm trying to make is, folks, if people think, oh, we're never gonna lose, we're always gonna win, it's like, yeah, fucking right. Okay, you don't get high off your own supply. Back in the 19th century, the British drugged the entire population of China with opium. What goes around comes around, folks, because they are drugging our entire population with this shit.
Figuratively and literally, if you include the whole
Exactly.
fentanyl
Oh,
crisis.
speaking of which, the Chinese player base of Overwatch is really, really upset about them caving, even though the director did this video making it like, oh, hey, we're listening to the fans. We're going to make her uglier.
Hmm. You do realize that just the Chinese audience outnumbers the Western audience by about 1.5 people
For
to 1.
Overwatch, I believe it.
And it's
Oh,
true
not
with
just for
Genshin. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, look at the raw numbers, guys. There are only 800 million people in the entire Western world. There's 1.3 billion people in China. There's 1.3 billion people in India. 25% of the world's population live in two countries, one known for rice, the other for shit. We're in
Damn.
a very guys, even the poorest Westerner is in a very privileged position, right?
Oh, I
We're some of
believe
the
it.
yeah, we're on average some of the wealthiest people in the world. We are the top 10% of the fucking planet. There are over 8 billion people, and 800 million of them live in the West. There's a reason the rest of the fucking world wants to live here.
Yeah, because even poor people can still afford electricity and running water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're not eating your neighbors. Your elites are eating people, but you're not. It's so weird, isn't it? In the third world, it's the people who eat other people, but in the first world, it's the elites that eat people. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, 2.4, I'll write that down for an hour, 12 minutes, and 12 seconds. Apparently, Steam is giving people money, free money. Do you know why? Steam is giving people free money if they were foolish enough to buy Ashes of Creation.
Yep. I
Folks,
covered the Ashes of Creation story.
yep. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Dash. I mean, I for one hate the concept of please, Neku, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, what's he doing now?
He
What am I
literally
doing?
inflated
He's-
his tits.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
I didn't.
whoa!
Whoa, what did I hit?
You
What?
hit something.
Oh no. Well, ta-da!
Wow.
I'm
What
so-
did I press?
look, man. If you can do,
Congratulations on your transition.
I'm sorry to say, but if you can do that accidentally, I wonder what else you can do accidentally. But I will point out. Oh, whoops!
Oh, there we go.
Whoops,
Oh,
it
it's the
just-
key binding. I got it.
Oh
There
yeah,
we go.
those key bindings. Yeah, I got those too. I mean, like I can make my
Eh.
see, look, I got angry dash, and then sad dash,
I'm
and this
getting
is
clipped.
Dash with hearts in his eyes.
Oh damn!
I'm making it
I
into the
just find
YouTube
it-
shorts.
Oh yeah, we'll clip it. I'll clip it.
Just, folks, right? Don't let Neku get excitable behind your back because who knows? Whoops! It just slid in there, folks. Whoops! But I, for one, am of the view, folks, that early access games as a concept shouldn't exist. I find that ironic now because I recently played an early access game called Menace, played it for about 30 hours in the past week. It's really scratching my XCOM itch. I've really enjoyed that game, so that's probably the one exception. But as a rule, you should avoid early access games. You should wait until a game has been finished
Yeah,
in
for the
making.
release.
Yeah, before you buy it. Because the company could collapse and
Yeah.
try
I
and
made
destroy
like
itself.
I made one exception, and that was a game called Phaland, which is like a 2D adventure game. Is kind of looks very similar to like Zelda 2, the Adventure Link. So that's why I was like I'd like
Yeah.
to try that. So it's
And
just,
people
I
forget
didn't play it yet, but
World
because it's
is
coming out soon.
technically still in early access, and it's going to be out of early access
It should
sometime
be.
this summer.
Wait, did they push it back? Because it was supposed to be early this year.
Oh, did they push it back? I haven't been keeping up.
Yeah, that's
Lilith-
what I'm not sure because I thought it was. I thought they said early 2026, and they changed it.
But this studio, folks, has collapsed. Everyone's been laid off. The people involved are trying to sue each other to oblivion. This has been a complete and utter disaster. And I find it very interesting that Valve is like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And it's like, everyone, just have your money back. Have your money back and we'll build a collapsing company. And if they don't pay the bill, we'll sue them to get our money back, okay? But it just goes to show that we are dealing with an event that could well become the norm if early access games lead to their logical conclusion. You don't release a meal half baked. You shouldn't release a game early access. You shouldn't.
Mhm.
Thoughts, gentlemen?
Well, in the past, that's what you had like playtesters for. Like it would typically the game would be working by the time it's ready for shipping the cartridges. But now it's like, oh, now we're the playtesters.
Yeah.
It's
People
so
finish
tiresome.
unreleased games and then like, oh, they get shut down. Like it's literally what happened to Highguard. The game was fucking fixable. I've played enough of it to know that it is fucking fixable. They just don't want to spend any more money to fix it. They didn't make their billions right away, so they're shutting it down.
But
Yeah,
they
it's
should have.
like
They shouldn't have made a 3v3 then. They should have made it higher than
Yeah,
that.
that was one of the things. It is stupid. I was playing a 5v5 match this afternoon just to kill time, and it was a lot more fun than playing that miserable ranked mode that's still 3v3. Ranked should be 5v5. The game's more fun with more people.
That's
Mhm.
probably
Actually,
the most consistent opinion I've heard about Highguard is that it should have been 5v5.
Yeah, that's what I've heard all the time. So I haven't played it yet. I'm not planning to. So it's just.
Yeah,
but it
I
seems
mean, like you can play it like while you still can. Like they haven't announced the official shutdown
Yeah, I
yet,
don't.
but it's all but inevitable at this point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother.
I would
It's fine.
rather
It's mid.
I would rather swallow a glass bottle whole than play Highguard. Fuck are you doing?
I don't know. Like honestly,
Oh.
it just runs stable on my
Well,
PS5.
I mean,
It runs stable on PS5, and Deadlock is complicated as fuck.
It's like, what are you people doing? Dash, do something more productive with your time, like swallowing Neko's tail or something, okay?
Oh,
To be
What
fair,
are
he
you
was streaming
playing-
Highguard, so he was monetizing it.
yeah,
Oh,
true.
yeah.
People are coming to watch me play, see what all the fuss is about. I was like honestly reviewing it. I've been giving constructive feedback. Like I even like mentioned a list of why this game fucking failed and why it lost like 90% of its player base. In
As
like
it should.
it was not fucking ready. There are not enough like characters. Like the maps are too empty. there is a myriad of things that were easily fixable, but they didn't do it because they only listened to the streamers and Jeff Keighley's feedback.
Well, at least it's not Ashes of Creation.
Oh yeah, that is a way worse. Like, you still have some people with jobs at Wildlight for now. Ashes of Creation, everyone is fucking fired. The suits hit the red button. Like, it was open revolt. It like this whole game collapsed like overnight.
Goodness me.
Yeah,
It's so draining. Do you know why it's so draining, folks? Because we see so many attempts to make projects like this, and some of them succeed, most of them don't. And I want to make the point here that instead of being a creative endeavor, it is a pile of ashes. It is its namesake, quite frankly. What are you doing?
I'm looking for the quote retweets.
Go to view post activity. Yeah.
Valve are the real ones.
Not for long, they won't. People don't realize that once Steam gets a new regime, they're going to completely exterminate PC gaming. Completely. You think Nintendo's bad? You think EA's bad? You think Activision Blizzard's bad? Wait until Steam swallows the woke mind virus. Just wait.
This guy's got a solution. We're going to Golden Throne your ass. We can't afford to lose the last user-friendly stronghold. Yeah, just make Gabe the God Emperor. Like
I was just thinking the Futurama route.
Oh yeah, the head in the jar.
Yes.
We got to do something to keep this man alive.
Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Gabe Newell is to PC gaming what George Washington was to the United States. Eventually, Valve is going to end up having people like Lindsey Graham running it.
Oh dear God, no.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if it takes a few years, a few decades, a few centuries. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And what's going to happen to everyone's Steam libraries when that happens?
I am going to protect my Steam library for as long as I can. Like, my God, like, do not touch my fucking Steam library.
Let's put it this way, guys, right? Because, this is good news in regards to the refunds. But let's face it, when people make the narrative argument that Valve has monopolized PC gaming, it's hard to disagree with that notion. When you think of PC gaming, you think of Steam and you think of Valve.
The thing is, they monopolized it through the free market. Like, there is still competition. It's just that competition chooses not to be as good as Steam.
Exactly.
GOG is like the only one that is like slightly user-friendly. Epic Games is not user-friendly. They're not dev-friendly like they want you to believe either. Like, they literally changed how coding works just for Unreal Engine 5 because it had the word slave in it.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I remember that.
And yeah, a lot of people are wondering if that's why so many Unreal Engine games are so buggy, is because like people are trying to work around that like little thing that's like in every computer.
Well, that's the thing. Wasted potential. It is wasted potential. But all it takes is for Valve to go the way of Nintendo, and an entire genre of gaming, or an entire medium rather of gaming, just gets completely wiped out.
I mean, there was a time when Nintendo could do absolutely no wrong because they still took care of their franchises and brands, and they still like made the games that actually resemble video games, unlike Sony that keeps making all these fucking movies. When the third person game, well, now they're starting to do things that their competitors were doing, except now they're being like assholes to indie devs. They're trying to control their own player base, like like what you can and can't do with their games.
It feels
Like they're
ever since
DMCAing fucking fan art.
And ultimately, Valve will do the same thing. And Valve are in a position where they will be able to do that, and they will not be held accountable for it.
now I was gonna say with Nintendo, like they've always been very touchy about fan works, but I've noticed ever since Iwata died, they've just stopped caring about the fans in regards to like the products themselves. That's why like you have $80 Mario Kart or whatever the frick Metroid 4 is.
Oh yeah, that was such a disappointment. I
Don't
found
you mean
good.
Halo 6?
Lol. Yeah, I was let down once I finished that game. I had been enjoying it up until like the end, and then it just the game is once you reach that point, like it's just something is off about that fucking game, like how they stitched it together. But
Yeah.
that game,
It's a Halo game.
Well, and building on what I was saying, it's not just Iwata, it's also Reggie Fils-Aimé, because that combination is what gave us, like, they actually cared about the fans.
oh
Because
yeah, Reggie
Reggie,
was.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll
because
let
for
you finish.
example, Reggie is the reason Wii Sports was bundled with a console. Nintendo wanted to sell it separately, but Reggie actually advocated for the US market, whereas Doug Bowser doesn't push back on anything. He's just a puppet.
Oh yeah, Doug Bowser was a complete puppet. I've looked at his LinkedIn, corporate tool, pronouns in his bio, and we still everyone has kind of wrote off Devin Pitchford as just same as the old boss.
Yeah,
You
because
mean
the
you mean Miss Lawsuit?
Miss Lawsuit.
yeah, because the freaking console tour thing that should have been free. I would whoever spent money on that, like you lost $10.
Yeah, absolutely. Paying for a fucking tech demo is nonsense. Astro's Playroom on the PlayStation was fucking free. And they made Astrobot based off that demo.
Yeah, and the whole console tour thing, it's just a quiz about the hardware, like that. There's barely any content there.
Here's a question for you folks. What's a person who spends $10 on a demo? That would be like a question. And the console says answer an idiot. And then it shows a picture of an idiot and it's just the camera looking at you.
I bet you Herman Smith bought Welcome Tour.
Oh god. But ultimately Valve's gonna have the same mindset, folks. It's going to have the same mindset, whether you like to admit it or not. This is good news in regards to Ashes of Creation, but there will come a time where Steam will just delist thousands of games because they can, or they do what Xbox has done, or they do what EA has done, or Ubisoft has done, and have like a special paid thing like Steam Plus, huh?
Oh, imagine if Steam got into the subscription scam. Oh man, that would be I would be so pissed off. And
Yeah.
hey, thank you so much, Dragon Master, for the support
Thank you.
and the super sticker. Let me see. What is it a super sticker of?
Penis.
I'm gonna see right away.
Is it a penis?
It's salt.
It's salt. Oh yeah, I see it. It's right here. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I had it up on my other monitor.
Someone's
Well,
salty.
Well, that comes out of a penis.
Hey,
So close enough.
it looks like we
But-
lost Digny and Galaxy.
Sorry,
I mean,
what?
you're- oh,
What? What do you mean?
What's going on?
Okay, I
He-
think
he-
Dash. I think Dash lost.
Yeah, Dash is schizophrenic,
Hey.
ladies and gentlemen. Don't
I hear
worry.
you guys.
Yeah, I know. You know,
Hey, am I
sometimes
back?
I think. Yeah, well, you never left.
Are you?
So it must have been
I
a
don't
you
know.
thing. Sometimes I think the straight part of Dash just tries to reset him during shows to retake control. It's like, no, stop being a furry, go on a date with a woman, feel her up at the cinema, because that's what you did, Dash. You did. You took that bitch to the cinema and you played with her while you were watching a movie.
No, she was very like religious, and we weren't even officially going out. But it was practically a freaking date when we saw a very mid Avengers movie.
Hey, Age of Ultron is fantastic. But yeah, Steam Plus, folks. Steam delists thousands of games and makes them exclusive to Steam Plus, where you pay a monthly subscription and you get basically Game Pass for Steam. And you think they're not going to do that when the old guard are dead and gone? Of course they will.
It's just going to make me appreciate Gabe more, just like I appreciate Reggie and Iwata and how they ran Nintendo and actually gave it the good PR that Nintendo is squandering right now.
Yeah, now the company is utterly collapsing. And the same thing will happen to Valve eventually. And that will lead to a completely new landscape, because where do people in PC gaming go? Where do
they don't have anywhere to go. They've already said PC gaming is the best. Oh, you console peasants. What are they going to do? Go back to console?
I honestly believe, folks, that the number one objective of the games industry is to kill Valve.
They hate Valve because, they're not cuts. They're privately owned. And, they don't have control over Valve.
And they remind gamers to actually respect themselves.
Yeah, yes. They actually respect their customers. They don't always make the best decisions. They've made bad decisions in the past, but ultimately it's user friendly. You see this, the player numbers, the Steam reviews, the forums, that is consumer friendly. Steam is as much a social media site as it is a gaming store.
All the more reason for the existing system to try and kill it, folks. Nothing would renew console gaming more than the destruction of Valve.
Yeah, you look at Reloaded complaining about the forums because they're hating their game.
Maybe if Gabe will just release Half-Life 3 and that'll shut everyone up. Oh, you think you could destroy me? Well, I have Half-Life 3. We've been saving it just for this moment.
Yeah. How long did it take? Only. It took longer than Starfield and Star Citizen combined. That's how long it took to be made. But on that note, folks, I wanted to save a good chunk of time for this last topic of today's show. I'll write that down for an hour, 32 minutes and 32 seconds. If you haven't already liked the stream, share the stream. Donations are always welcome. As Chibi Reviews descends into madness after disaster compounds disaster. Now, folks, let's face facts here, right? If Dash had a boyfriend who was a content creator, and that boyfriend cheats on him with another content creator, say Dash and Neku were dating, right? And then Neku, cheats on him with, sorry, Galaxy, you're here, so I'm using you as an example. Cheats on him with Galaxy, right? Dash will go insane. This show is fucked, okay? I'm going to have to find someone else to host this fucking show under that circumstance. And then Dash makes these crazy statements, he could do all sorts of insane things. All because he was personally betrayed, and all of his friends. I'm one of of Dash's friends, and I say, well, you deserve to be cheated on. Neku should have left you. Okay,
that's exactly what a drama, a soap opera.
Okay, so I'm a little out of the loop. It felt like vague posting. So who cheated on who?
Chibi reviews. His best friend cheated. No, his fiance cheated on him with his best friend.
Wow.
And he tried to off himself because of it.
His entire friend group defended the adulterous cunts.
What?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
That's why I was making the allegory with ourselves, right?
Yeah, because I
Um,
saw what was going on yesterday. I just didn't have a lot of context to go
People
off of.
didn't have the content. The context came from, I think, his video explaining the situation. He does not look good.
Well, no, he was also swatted a couple days ago.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was what it was about. I thought this was still about like the No, it was something a lot personal. I feel like he trusted those two, it seemed, very much. Like, I'm sure he loved like his fiance, like they were gonna get married.
do you know
You
what
know,
this reminds me of, folks? This reminds me of a Family Guy cutaway where Peter Griffin is working at a self-deletion clinic where he's trying to encourage people not to do themselves in. And Peter says, wouldn't it make, because the guy who was calling was like, my wife cheated on me, I want to top myself. And Peter Griffin said, wouldn't it make more sense to kill her? And then suddenly, you get reports of O.J. Simpson doing what he did. So I think that was maybe the joke, folks. It's a good job. It's a good job I wasn't involved in the situation, because I'd be like, dude, don't hurt yourself. Hurt them.
whoa.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
I'm-
sorry. Like, it's very hard to like. I honestly, he's already been through so fucking much, like with the online
Yes.
harassment.
Yes. He should embrace his hatred, hate these people, want to destroy these people, do everything he can to destroy these people. Because there's nothing worse than a traitor, folks. You have to crush a traitor. You have to destroy a traitor.
Ooh, Zach
If
Rabbit.
anyone on this panel betrayed me, I would try and ruin their lives. I'm telling you. Right? Nothing is worse than betrayal, right? I can
Literally
accept most of this-
everyone is here.
Smash. Ooh.
Yeah, it's Smash
Yep.
Brothers.
No, I mean Smash
everyone
JT.
is standing. Yeah, everyone is standing by Chibi because they know what it's like to be betrayed. Look, I'll tolerate the fact that most of this panel is gay now, but I will not tolerate any of you motherfuckers betraying me. Okay?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've had betrayals in relationships before, so I don't really have relationships much anymore. So
And if you haven't ruined that person's life, Galaxy, then the betrayal has not been avenged. This needs to be
Yeah, well.
avenged.
it's been years now, so I don't want to care.
Oh, don't let time dull your spear, Brad. Don't let it.
Betrayal is like the worst. I mean, like I was kind of fucking betrayed, like, you know, at times. I think we've all gone through it, and it stings. I
And
know
it feels so good when you're avenging the betrayal as well. So good. There we go. When we look at this, though, of course he's going to bounce back from it.
I
but
hope,
it's
yeah,
gonna make
he'll
him-
come back, and hopefully he'll come back even stronger. Like, you know, I'm hopefully he finds a better woman to be with, like, that can, you know, won't be a cunt.
Well, he
You know,
needs to be. If he's going to come back stronger, he has to be merciless. He has to be, right? Because an injustice delayed is an injustice denied. And the only way you can get justice through betrayal is through avenging the betrayal. And it's vengeance.
Which he's at least
Vengeance
applied
is
to the
justice.
people who swatted and doxed him. Like, he's reported those to the police.
yeah, I
Mm.
think he will take legal action too if, like, the law won't, like.
Well, and I think that's part of the problem why this keeps the past 10 years has become so common. It's just people think they can get away with it, and half the time they do.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
people don't have like any like freaking morals. Like, they've been like taught that we live in an amoral society, and that
We don't
like
We don't
there's
have
no
any
consequences.
accountability. We don't have any accountability anymore, Dash, right?
Yeah.
We can all be cold-hearted cunts as long as we're all held accountable. Everything will be fine, right? but you need accountability. If you don't have accountability for your actions, then what the fuck are we even doing? What's to stop me from tearing your fucking head off if I can't be held accountable for it as Neku Boy disappears? Okay?
It happened again.
Yeah.
Say, look.
Mhm.
Um.
No, there it goes again.
Oh, there it is.
Zooming in.
Oh no! Oh man!
Every time
wait.
I started, this is the default.
That's the
Look,
default.
folks,
Great
Why is
default.
that the default? That's weird.
That,
That's
folks,
just how PNG Tuber works.
folks,
No,
that
not really.
background is not a background, it's a closet. And he disappears back into it, okay? All right.
like the-
Check out Neku Boy's YouTube channel, especially if you want great background music to pleasure yourself with, okay? It's great
Hey,
music. Okay.
That's great
It
marketing.
is. It is also great marketing as well. But you know, you've got to channel this energy. Chibi has to channel this in what he does. Because if he doesn't, it's just going to eat away at him.
For you, Lilith.
Okay? That's why it is so important for people to realize that in situations like these, you cannot be defensive. You cannot apologize. Folks, if you're in a controversial situation of any kind, you don't apologize, you don't back down, you in fact double down. Because if you do take a step back, your own side will crush you. That's why most people do not back down from controversy. And this guy shouldn't either.
Oh yeah, he normally stands up to his haters all the time, but like this is like almost like a worse like situation than what he normally deals with these anti like lowly people like always coming out, or the Boruto fandom.
Hmm.
Like
it looks weird when you see live on X Kershaw being like feels good to be a winner, and Tagax Holic saying I almost burnt the house down.
oh, Taiga, that silly femboy.
Okay, it just goes to show what Dash's tastes are.
Oh, Taiga's like very big. A lot of people follow him. Legal Mindset follows him. Like so,
cool.
if you want to, yeah, like
Mhm.
Taiga's pretty interesting. Too bad. Like I've tried to like see if I can collab with Taiga. He's never gotten back to me.
No, he's a big time celebrity. Okay, how did he get to the top on his knees?
He just
How did he
did it by
climb
just
the-
being his gay self. Like that's
Yeah,
how he got to the top.
How did he climb the greasy pole through his asshole? Okay, right. And let's face it, folks. Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Or in Chibi's case, keep your friend close, but keep your girlfriend closer. Was the guy black?
I have no idea.
That would be hilarious if the guy was black. And then I can say, well. Because let's face it, we are dealing with something that is symptomatic of a wider problem. You want to
Well,
succeed being a content creator, you've got to be a bad person. You be a good person doing this, you'll get betrayed, you'll get backstabbed.
I
As
don't
simple as
know.
that.
I don't think he was not prepared. He was already dealing with a lot in his life, and I am just like, should we watch the video?
Well, I don't want to take the risk, especially if it's a long one. You know what video really, even small video reactions, it takes a long time to cover, Dash. I just want people to realize that you try to be a good person doing this, and you will not succeed. Smash JT's a good person. What did
I
it lead
believe
to?
it. I believe he is a good person, and that he is like a bad person tried to fuck with him.
Right? And what has it led to? A lawsuit quagmire that makes the Russia-Ukrainian conflict look like a picnic. Okay?
Well, that's unfortunately kind of normal with legal stuff. It just takes forever.
Yeah, the legal system is fucked. Like
look at Johnny Somali. It's been over a
Yeah.
year and they're still not done.
And what kind of people are in the legal system? Very bad people. And how many people in the legal system do very well? A lot of them. Why? Because they are bad people. It only reinforces my point. I mean, why are so many politicians successful? Because they're all bad people.
You
We
know,
are
I
good
think we sometimes
don't
being a
succeed.
good person is better than just being at the top. You know,
Exactly.
let's face it.
Exactly. Okay? And you look at Chibi, he is a prominent creator, but he's a good person, so of course he's going to suffer. All prominent creators who are good people suffer the consequences of being moral people. Whether they get sued to oblivion, whether they get betrayed, whether they face rebellions, whether they get stabbed in the back, stabbed in the front, they get their legacies wiped out. We need to understand this mindset, folks.
That's why PewDiePie left. It's why PewDiePie left, I bet. Like, you know,
And he's
so he could.
happy.
Yep. And I'm happy for him. I'm really fucking happy for him after the way he was treated by like the Wall Street fucking Journal, like the boys, multiple times.
And now, like, he lives rent free in people's heads on Twitter. He's literally just doing whatever for fun, and they still can't stop seething over his existence.
That's
PewDiePie
great.
is a fantastic example of a creator who was a monster to monsters and got the best ending as a result. You cannot be piecemeal to people who are vicious. You either tear these people apart, you tear these institutions apart, or they will tear you apart. GB Reviews is a fantastic example of this. And I think it's very important for people to realize PewDiePie owes his success to his charming personality and, quite frankly, his merciless nature, because that's how he responded. All the controversies he suffered, right? He responded to it mercilessly. When T-Series tried to ruin his life for years, he responded equally mercilessly and severely damaged the reputation of that company to where they cannot base themselves anywhere outside of India. T-Series has been criminalized in over 100 countries. They can
Really,
only
I thought they
operate.
won.
Yeah,
I thought they won. I thought they beat him.
no, man. A lot of people say that because of raw numbers, but folks, 12.5% of planet Earth lives in India. Of course, they were going to get more support than PewDiePie, a lone content creator. But T-Series can't operate anywhere outside of India anymore. And that's largely because PewDiePie and other prominent creators lobbied a lot of powerful people to essentially criminalize T-Series internationally.
Well, it's not because
Really?
they were like
Yeah.
duplicating videos or something.
Yes, T-Series' origins were essentially piracy,
Oh,
which is
breaks.
Ah.
That
which
breaks
is perfectly
YouTube's.
legal. Yeah, it's perfectly legal in India where they're based, but they can't set up operations internationally.
That is against TOS though. Like it's reused content.
Yes. But as long as T-Series are based in India, they're untouchable because they are the biggest boy on the block, so to speak. And I want people to realize this. Mr. Beast is another example. How did he become very successful? He's publicly a very nice person. Privately, he's a merciless cunt.
Yep. Everyone saw like the real Mr. Beast, like, you know, and with his numerous like and yet somehow like he still gets brand deals and Amazon shows. It's crazy.
Yes, and there's a reason for that, because publicly, his public image is that of a good, honest, decent person, and privately, the information he has can kill companies. That's why he gets the contracts.
And it's
These
kind of...
same-
Oh, it's also very interesting how, like, he used to be a Christian, but, like, as he got popular, he left behind his faith.
Oh,
Yes.
that is interesting. Wow.
Yes, it's in the name, Neku. Mr. Beast.
You're not kidding.
It's like if I named myself Total A Ryan Victory. It's in the fucking name of what I believe.
Total
But,
Ion Rad victory. Nice.
I just want people to understand this concept, and Chibi Reviews is a fantastic example of it. Although PewDiePie went off into the sunset, new life, new family, new nation, new way of doing things, that was a deliberate choice to essentially go out that way rather than going out in a way where he's like Charlemagne. No, not the black guy, the actual Charlemagne, who destroyed all of his enemies and ran out of people to destroy. And his legacy was a great empire. And then when he died, that empire crumbled. He preferred to take, a more passive way out. And I can respect that, but I can also respect the fact that you don't get to that position without stepping on many people and many institutions. It's impossible to get that far without breaking a few bones. So that's why, folks, if you want to succeed as a content creator, you got to have a vicious streak to you. Gotta. Because if you don't, well, if you don't gobble them up, they'll gobble you up. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Talk
Just
softly,
look at
but carry
Chibi.
a big stick.
Yep.
Yes. Chibi has been gobbled up. This whole situation has nearly broken him.
And it nearly killed him.
Yeah. And how does he recover from that? He has to break something or someone. It's the only way.
Well,
May not be a nice thing to do, but it's the only way he'll ever regain his focus.
Well, he
And his
needs to
strength.
take at least he needs to take a break from the internet. He needs to get his thoughts in order, get his feelings in order, and then he needs to come back and
I don't
and
follow
do
him. Sorry.
Oh
I was
yeah,
saying I don't follow him closely, but I do kind of get the impression that he doesn't take enough breaks from the internet.
Well, I
That could be
think
true.
I think you should strike while the iron is hot. Right? This is not a time for reflection. This is a time for revenge. Quite frankly.
Well, are we
Yeah,
talking about the
I'm
swatting
more-
or the relationship?
What was that?
Are we
Wait,
talking
for
about the swatting or the relationship?
Both. Both.
I mean, the
man.
swatting
It is.
thing, at least he's already reported to the police, gave them all the information he could.
Well, that's a good start. That's a solid start. In regards to his own personal betrayal, there has to be a consequence for the betrayal. There has to be.
Like what?
Because if there
Well,
isn't,
for one, the marriage is off.
well, that's good. That's a good start. But
Mhm.
if things are allowed to happen without any kind of consequence, folks, they'll happen again. And the stakes will only get higher. Instead of her getting fucked by one black man, it becomes 3. And I'm using, a more satirical way of doing it because we don't know the perpetrator who his best friend was. But all of his friendly circle agreed with the adultery because those friends surrounded him purposefully to destroy him. And that is something you need to understand. That if you surround yourself with sycophants, they will ultimately destroy you.
Mhm.
Yeah, you gotta figure out who your real friends are, who really cares about you.
Yes. And you know how you do that? It's very simple. Got to test them all the time. For example, when I test Dash about his sexual nature, it's to test him. And I'll do the same with Neku, and I do the same with Galaxy. And their
Well-
responses to that tells me where their loyalties lie.
Well,
I know
for
it's a
one,
very cynical thing to
I'm a little
do.
bit more insecure about it than some
But
of the
you
other people I
shouldn't
bring on.
be.
I should
You
be, or
shouldn't. You
shouldn't.
shouldn't be insecure because there's nothing wrong in this day and age with fucking an asshole.
Well, for one, I don't do assholes, but
We got a person on this panel, Dash, who has literally made cartoon material
I know
of
I've seen it.
fisting.
I'm not into
Okay.
that, but that's Neku. Different strokes, different blokes.
That's the kind
And-
of self-confidence you need. That's why Neku was brought here as sort of an inspirational, I
I thought
would
it was
say,
just because we
father
both like
figure, but
Sonic.
right?
We both like a lot of things. Like we're both like I honestly, you're just fun to hang around with, man.
Yeah,
Feed
by the
off
way, we need to
each
do Sonic
other's.
Racing again.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes we do.
You
Yeah.
need this is why we bring people together in the network so that they can feed off each other's best attributes to form better content creators in the long run. Okay. And
It's good.
that's something
Mhm.
Chibi just doesn't have.
Yeah, I don't think he really has a support network. He's not really in any
Exactly.
cliques. He's all on his own.
Exactly.
Mm.
Prominent creators without a power base beneath them are destined to die as content creators. Chibi reviews, the quartering. You can even argue Smash JT at this point. Would he be in the quagmire he's in if he had a power base of content creators with a support base? Hypnotic has that. Hypnotic has a power base. Nerdrotic has a power base. They're not circling the drain, are they?
Well, I mean,
They're
Yeah, that's
stronger
what I
together.
mean.
I
Like,
don't think it matters.
I'm not in the loop on the behind the scenes as you do, but I thought the Bigot verse was the support base.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I find it so strange, guys, that Smash got replaced in the Bigot verse with a literal lawyer. Don't you find that a bit, on the nose?
Was which lawyer? Legal Mindset?
No, Sevi. Think
Okay.
of
Savvy? Savvy?
no,
Sevi.
Sevi.
Savvy.
Oh.
Yeah. Think of Legal Eagle mixed with blonde hair mixed with massive tits. That's Sevi. I just find it so funny that Hypno replaced a guy embroiled in a lawsuit with a content creator whose literal specialist subject is law.
Well, Smash JT is more than welcome to come on our
course he
gay
is.
little show.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yes,
course-
he needs
of
to
course
come
he
back
is.
on. I've been trying to get him back on this channel for so long since he blew up. But no,
Mhm.
he's too big for Dash Attack now. He's too busy trolling and talking about the
Yeah.
Epstein, and it's like, oh, come on, cut me a break.
Hey, look, Dash. Do you want to swim towards the Titanic?
No.
Well,
that could
then
be what
careful
what
what
Smash
you wish
is.
for.
Smash
That's
could
what
be-
I don't see it. I don't think.
Yeah, I know. But that is what Disney's implying, that Smash could be the Titanic.
That's what
Or
it seems
Bismarck.
like.
He could be
Yeah.
like the Bismarck. He goes down fighting.
Yeah. Well, either way, that's what I'm saying. One of them still goes down.
I still think we need standard solidarity because Mercante
course.
is never going to stop harassing content creators because she's made that her fucking brand at this point is to
that's
fuck with
why-
content creators.
That's why we all need to become gay to protect ourselves.
Yeah,
And on that note, So-
she uses the LGBT label to her advantage. She uses it guess what? Two can play that, but
yeah,
Mhm.
lady, we know you fist yourself with Wiimotes. We literally have a guy who could animate you getting fisted.
God.
So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, future plans. Speaking of the future, 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 35 seconds. Thank you all very much for watching today's show. We appreciate everyone's support. Best of luck to you, Chibi. I hope you're a gun owner. Not for yourself, but for the people who betrayed you. Future plans. We're going to start off with Galaxy Red.
Yeah, future plans. Tonight, as I said, I was going to be doing Psychonauts 2 because I was going to play them Monday, and then Monday kind of like had internet problems. This should be the last stream for Psychonauts 2 though, so I should be moving to another game next week, and then tomorrow I am doing Breath of Fire 2. So that's about it.
Good. Very good. We appreciate you being here, Galaxy. One of our great regulars. We appreciate you.
Yep, thank you.
Yes. Yes. Hopefully Damien can get his power back, because we want Damien to mingle with our newest regular, Neku, or Neko, or
Yep, Neko.
I won't finish that sentence. What are your future plans?
Tomorrow I'm gonna watch Iron Lung because I've heard good things from people.
Nice. I hope you enjoy it. I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, like as an adult, I've slowly got into horror, so I'm. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
well, I
try.
love horror, man. I can introduce you to some good horror movies. We can watch them in the server.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can watch them together. You can eat popcorn with the same bowl.
The Dune bucket.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I tell you
God.
this, Neko, Dash has a mean trick with a popcorn bucket. Okay?
Oh,
You better be
boy.
careful. You better be careful where you put your hand in that popcorn bucket. And Dash wouldn't say no to that. He wouldn't. But anything else?
I'm. Let's see. I'm also thinking of animating another music video. I'm just kind of in the pre-production phase, figuring out what I want to do.
Good.
Oh, I just realized Iron Lung, that movie is based on the video game that came out a few years ago.
Yeah,
I've never
I
even
have
heard
to
of
play it
that
too.
game. I never even heard of that game, and then I saw the movie. It was like, okay, I don't even know.
Oh, so he based the movie off the game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Make it big, make it brave, make it beautiful, Neko. Okay?
The music video.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, what about you, Dash? When are you gonna get into music video making?
Well, I do shorts every now and then. Maybe I'll see if I can make some shit on Suno. Maybe renew my subscription so they don't flag me. But yeah. So tonight, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was trying to get Damien to play like Hide Guard with me. This was before like the shutdown thing happened, and now he's lost power. So Liv suggested I play more horror games. I literally just bought Resident Evil Remake recently to play to get ready for 9. So maybe I'll start that tonight.
I'm
Or you could-
amazed that
yeah.
wasn't a topic, folks, because I heard on the grapevine that Leon's gonna die in Resident Evil 9. And look, man, I don't have a problem with Leon dying, okay? I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with Resident Evil dying. Okay, just die.
He's got an infection in the latest trailer. That's why people
Yeah.
are saying that.
Yeah, they showed his hand infected. It was from the last. But then,
So which
it was
zombie
the
did
trailer.
he fuck?
We don't
No,
know
I-
how he got infected. We don't know
we don't
how
know
he got
how.
infected or what strain of the virus it is. Like, there are always new strains of the T virus. They're always like making new ones. And Resident Evil is just the universe is so crazy with all the bio fuckery that goes on.
It's the T Rani virus, folks. Okay, it's the T Rani virus, and he got it through an STD because he was fucking one of the female protagonists. Okay, folks, my future plans: more videos, more shows, more videos from said shows. Tomorrow we're gonna have Startcast, midnight UK, 7 p.m. Eastern. Is going to be a great time. And Sunday with Triton's show, Monday with Discuss Thing, Tuesday with Cancel This Podcast, no show on Wednesday, and then we have a Thursday show with Cancel This Podcast, and then we're back here on Friday. Okay? I do like 6 shows a week. No wonder I want to kill everyone. Just do far too much. Do far too much. Okay? But thank you all very much for watching this episode of The Old White Road. We appreciate everyone for being here. If you haven't already, like the stream, share the stream, donations are always welcome. We appreciate everyone who watches, whether it's live or on replay. Now I hand it over to Dash to end today's
Yep.
show.
Thank you all for watching and for all your terrific support. We will see you again next week. Everyone, bye. Dash Attack
Bye.
and panel out.